Hello there, this is a impromptu movie review for M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. First and foremost, I want to let you know that there will be a few spoilers in this review, and if you're not interested in hearing a spoiler, I recommend you turn this video off very, very quickly. But I'm a little bit reticent to add a spoiler into an M. Night Shyamalan movie because in reviewing an M. Night movie, there's almost a sense of piety that one must take into account. It's like a heavenly mandate to not add a spoiler. But I'm an asshole, so I'm gonna spoil it right now. Here it goes. This movie blows. Don't even waste your time seeing it. Or, if you want a few laughs and if you want to see what I'm going to talk about, if you want to understand that for yourself, then yeah, go see it. But here we go. The whole plot of the movie is, I'm sure you've heard this, and I'm sure you've read as much as you can if you're actually interested in this movie. But the whole plot is, in the Northeast, there is some sort of attack. It's originally claimed, and this attack, this chemical attack, is the release of neurotoxins from terrorists or whatever, and these neurotoxins are causing human beings to abandon self-preservation instincts. So humans are doing things and involving themselves in situations where their lives are being at risk. Killing themselves. They're actually killing themselves. What I just said was kind of beating around the bush. They're killing themselves. And our main character, played by Mark Wahlberg, is a science teacher. And him and a fellow science teacher, John Leguizamo, and his wife, Zoe, whatever the hell her name is, I'm sorry, are trying to flee, along with John Leguizamo's daughter. They're trying to flee from the Northeast, and they're trying to get away from this sweeping madness. And they, have their adventures, and it culminates with a very touching scene of Mark Wahlberg, who's bogged down in one section of a old underground railroad house where there's like the master's chambers, and then you've got he's bogged down in that part, and his wife, whom he's having a shitty relationship with, is bogged down in another chamber, which is separated from the house, but they're connected through a pipe so they can talk to each other. And they share their touching words and decide that they'd rather die and be next to each other and be in love than, wait and die separated from each other. And so, oh boy, most anticlimactic thing ever. They run outside and, well, actually they kind of walk, but they get outside and they find each other, and then Mark Wahlberg's wife and John Leguizamo's daughter go into the house, and then the screen goes black, and you hear Mark Wahlberg's voice, and he says, "Oh, it must have ended before we got outside." Boom. That really is that's the only thing that could be confused with a M. Night Shyamalan twist. But why I say this movie is horrible is because it really has the most terrible screenplay ever. The worst script, bad acting, but I really, I blame the actors, but I can't blame it all on them. I really feel as though their bad acting is due in part to the just terrible script, and it really wasn't that difficult to tell that it was going to be a shit movie as soon as you sat down and it started going. It starts out with like a very cheesy, let's watch the sky and the clouds go, and we'll fast forward it while the opening credits roll. And then there's these two girls in a park on a bench, and I don't quite remember